Hey everybody, I'm Carrie, and I just had a reading with one of my favorite ongoing clients. I love working with her, and she has just entered her Saturn return. And I thought this is a great opportunity to do a video explaining what the Saturn return actually is, because we have so many horrible ideas of what this 2.5 year period of our life means and what's going to happen. And so I wanted to kind of demystify it a little bit for you. So what is the Saturn return? Well, Saturn is basically, the energy of Saturn is what I call the stern father of the zodiac. You know, this is the father that loves you, but loves you through teaching you so that you can learn to be on your own. You can learn to be self-sufficient and to survive in the world. And so he loves you through challenges, right? And lessons. And if you ever want to find out really what is your biggest life lesson, like literally what you came here to do, you know, and if you believe in like past lives, that would be like what you didn't finish in the last life, but you came here to finish in this life. For me, the jury's still out on some of that, but that's the energy, that's the situation that we're kind of talking about. If you want to find out what your actual Saturn, your actual lesson of your lifetime is, look on your chart and find out what zodiac sign your Saturn is in, and also the zodiac, the placement, the house placement that the Saturn is in, because that can give you huge indications as to what your biggest lesson of your life is, and then also what a big theme of your Saturn return is going to be. So the Saturn return is basically a 2.5 year period that usually happens around 27, 28 years old. And basically all it is that every 2.5 years, Saturn circumnavigates the sun and it goes into another house. And so around the years of 27, 28 is when Saturn comes back to the original placement that it was when you were born. And so the original lesson that you came here to deal with and to learn is brought again. And a lot of people get weirded out and upset about Saturn returns, because Saturn basically represents lessons. It represents school. And so when a Saturn return comes, everything else slows down in order for you to serve the purpose of learning this lesson. Just like when you go to school, it's like you sign up for a school semester and you don't date as much. You don't go out as much. You don't hang out with friends as much. You don't have as much money because you're spending all this money on books. You don't have as much time because you're always studying. Why? Because everything you're doing, all of your energy is going into the learning of this thing so you can get this degree. And that's what a Saturn return is. It's bringing you around to the original lesson. And the thing is, look, we all have free will. That's still in place. So if you don't want to learn the lesson, you don't have to. It'll just be back. It'll come back in your 50s, all right? So you might as well just learn the lesson of Saturn return now. And this is why I always encourage people to get a reading with a trusted astrologer that can really give you, that really understands the Saturn return and really understands how to look into the aspects that accompany the Saturn return, because then you can actually see, like, these are the themes that are going to come up. These are the situations that may come up. These are the types of people you may encounter, all to help you learn the lesson of the Saturn return, okay? So, I always suggest that people get a reading with a trusted astrologer. If you don't have one of those, I'd be happy to work with you. Reach out to me, DM me, go to my website, email me, let me know, and we'll set something up. I love doing this work. I love being an astrological empowerment coach and helping people get to the meat of who they are, get to the truth of who they are, and remember who they are, so that they can kind of lift this self-constructed story that they've been living in and get to the best life, the life that they were meant to live. I love doing this work and I'd love to share it with you. All right, hope you got that information about the Saturn return. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and thank you for listening. And this is Maury. That's Maury, by the way.